So we have this big foreign policy blob operation to seize Eurasia out here. This has been the great goal of NATO and the stakeholders of the State Department and the DoD since the Cold War. You may have recalled Lindsey Graham came out just a few months ago and sort of let the cat out of the bag where he said, listen, even if you don't care about democracy in Ukraine, the fact is they sit on $12.4 trillion of natural resources. So we should be defending Ukraine and spending the military investment in defending them because we want those 12.4 trillion. Of course, you look at it and you say, but wait a second, that's Ukraine's 12.4 trillion, right? And no, it's because when we move into these countries, we make them our political and economic vassals. It is our American companies or North American allied companies who develop the partnerships. This is what happened, for example, with Ukraine, with Burisma and Naftogaz. Naftogaz is the big state-owned Ukrainian gas giant that Burisma was the feeder into. Well, Chevron signed a $10 billion partnership deal with Naftogaz before the 2014 coup. Shell from the UK signed a $10 billion deal with it. George Soros has been personally leading a campaign to privatize that company and put it into the arms of U.S. investors so that even though the pipelines all sit in Ukraine and even though Ukraine's almost its entire economy outside of agriculture, you as a Ukrainian citizens do not actually profit from having the gas there, from having the pipelines there, because all of the money is going to investors 11,000 miles away in Washington and in London. But this is the game as it is in Germany. This is the game as it is in Moldova and Latvia and Lithuania and Poland and Finland and Sweden, in Turkmenistan, in Uzbekistan, in Kazakhstan. This is the game to be able to bring these trillions of dollars of assets into the arms of Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan Chase and Citibank and BlackRock and the multinational corporations that serve as our portfolio firms and the trickle-down political insiders who are basically the donees of that complex. But the problem is that is already a very fragile operation as Russia has persisted with this military operation, and we have been unable to regime change their government. The Navalny, the Pussy Riot operations, none of them worked. It is much harder logistically for us to mobilize against Russia by backstopping Ukraine without drastic escalation. And so the problem is this is very, very, very fragile. And all Trump needs to do to ruin it and the trillions of dollars of windfall profits and the hundreds of billions of dollars of investments already made, which will be sunk costs if this operation doesn't work, is for Trump to be neutral. That's all it will take for ruining it. It doesn't require drastic action by Trump. If Trump negotiates a peace deal right now between Russia and Ukraine, as it stands, and says, okay, the war is over, no more Russian aggression, but Russia, you get to keep the territory that you've already seized in the Donbass. We're going to respect the Crimean referendum from 2014. All Trump needs to do is accept that as the lay of the land. And you have already dealt hundreds of billions of dollars of damages to Wall Street private equity firms, to London bankers, to multinational corporations, which were all skating to where the puck was going, which was seizing these trillions in Eurasia.